Hi, welcome. I'm Chava, practitioner of Chinese medicine and life coach, here to answer your questions about life, the universe, and everything from a classical Chinese medicine perspective and to try and help people live better lives. So, the question I've been asked today is kind of a follow up question to a previous video, which was people born in 2003, what's up with them? So today's question is people born in 1989. What's up with them? um, if you like this sort of thing, feel free to write in with the year that's puzzling you, and I will do my best to answer. So, looking at the personality charts for people who were born in 2089, which I just want to mention in case this is the first time you're running into this, that there isn't an exact overlap between the Chinese year and the Gregorian year. So when I say 2089, I'm talking about people who were born between, hang on, I have notes here, between the between the 6th of February 2009 and the 1st and the 8th of January 2090. Yes, I'm sorry. I forgot that my calendar is not written in the order I'm used to reading dates in. It's very hard to find a direct Chinese to Hebrew calendar conversion, so I have to go through the Gregorian calendar in the middle, and it confuses me sometimes. So people who were born in this period of time are all people who have a very extreme balance in their personality chart, or a lack of balance. They have a ton of energy in one area and they have very little energy in some other areas of the map. So when we look at the map for the whole year, we see a lot of earth energy. Okay, where the earth energy, it represents excuse me, I'm getting over a cold. I still have a little bit of, sometimes I feel like I have to sneeze and then I don't. Earth energy is all about nurturing. It's all about caring for things. It's all about providing foundations and structure and a safe and secure place in which things can grow. The earth energy can be seen as very maternal or as very parental. It's the energy that people experience, it's the feeling that people experience when they want to take care of others. It's the energy that drives us to do the boring everyday things, everyday aspects of life, right? To have a regular routine and to eat 3 meals a day or however many works for you. To do regular maintenance, to take care of our homes. It's a very homey, earthy energy. And the year 2089 is actually a year with double earth energy. It has earth energy both from the branch and in the stem. And so we have a lot of earthiness. Now, one of the things about this doubled earth energy when it happens is that it always does come with underneath, in the area of the deep energy, this aspect of fire, where the fire is all about transformation and it's all about connecting and growing spiritually and artistry, creativity. It's about growing to be more than you are. And so what we see a lot of times with people who have this very extreme earth energy with this deep hidden fire energy is that they will go along being like the most dependable, reliable mom who also works and takes care of her parents and volunteers for the PTA. And then at a certain point, there's just too much. She becomes too overwhelmed with all of the earth energy, and then the fire starts to blaze, and then there's kind of this turnover, and you see maybe people who experience something like a midlife crisis, or the people who just become empty nesters and then take off and start living a completely different life. They start traveling or they take up new hobbies. Um, and so there is this kind of duality about this energy, and this is why, for example, when we look at the branch energy of the earth, that's represented by the zodiac sign of the snake, because the snake, it's very calm and it's very quiet and it doesn't waste a lot of energy, and it just kind of slowly and sedately moves around, and preserves energy until it's time to strike. And then it all of a sudden goes from being something that is very calm and very earth-like to being something that moves incredibly fast. It's full of energy, it's full of spirit. And the snake also has this ability, right, to shed its skin and to grow into something maybe not completely new. It's still a snake, but it can shed its old self and turn into a new form of itself. So that's why the snake can represent this energy. No matter what configuration of energies throughout the year, what you don't have in this year, in 2089, is you have practically no representation of the water energy and no representation of all of the metal energy. Now we all have access to all the different energies. We all contain them. We can all use them, but you're not getting anything above the baseline for those energies, for the metal and for the water, for part of the year. And then you have a little bit of deep energy water, but still no metal in the second half of the year. And what that means is that it's a very it's a very it's a very imbalanced sort of year, because you have a ton of energy in this one spot. You have a little bit of energy in the fire and in the wood, and then you have nothing along the bottom. You have no metal, you have no water, or practically no water. And so that means that these are people who will tend to have less of a connection to those parts of life, those parts of the emotional world, to those strategies for life. And this is relatively normal. We do get these kind of extreme years not terribly infrequently. And that's because we need people who have different focuses in life. So there are some years where the energy is more neatly balanced, and you get people who are kind of like, like a jack of all trades. And then you get years with and in different areas of very extreme focus of energy. And then you end up with people who have more of an inbuilt specialization, as it were. And so the focus of people who were born in 2089, it's very home, family, nurture, care. And then, as an added bonus, as it were, you get that fire, you get that transformation, you get that connection to other people, to spirituality, to the concept of growing and changing and becoming more than yourself. And you also get the creativity of the wood energy, the creativity and the drive to progress and the drive to change. And what you can end up with is this tension between the drive to change, to create, to progress, to do new things, and this extreme doubled earth energy, which is all about routine and maintenance and doing the same thing and knowing what needs to be done and taking care of day-to-day life. And so you can end up with people who are kind of you guys are kind of in fits and starts, or in jerks. You have so like they have their routine, they're doing it, they're taking care of things, they're on top of everything, and then it builds up until it's too much, until they need to change. And instead of gradually changing from one routine to another, they'll just kind of overthrow everything and start again, and start building up a new routine from scratch, because they don't have a great deal of ability to moderate how they act, despite having all the earth energy, which is normally associated with this kind of a moderating energy, this you can say padding or buffer, because there's so much earth energy. It stops being a buffer between the different phases of life, and it just becomes like this block that you have to shift with a kind of aggressive change, with an aggressive drive towards something new. So that's the basic summary of that year and how it might affect some people. The lack of metal energy, where metal is all about precision and boundaries and schedules and decisiveness, the ability to decide what we're doing, what we're not doing, and to stick to a plan once we've made it. Because you don't have as much as that, you can have people who are very, very into their routines, but who don't necessarily they're not necessarily the best thought through routines in order to achieve their best life. It's like they can tend to fall into things, not necessarily based on having made a decision, sized up the circumstances, and concluded that this is what I want to do, but rather just ending up through force of habit, having routines that are not necessarily the best thing for them. And when that builds up and becomes too much, that's when you tend to have this kind of shedding of the skin and rebirth as something new and different. So that is basically what I have to say as a very general overview of that year. If that wasn't clear, if you have any more questions, feel free to let me know. You can email, you can leave a comment. If anyone else has any questions about this year or about another year, you can send in a general question. You can send in a specific birth date if you want it analyzed. I have coming up, I think, next week or the week after, a video about how to help two very specific children get their homework done, which I hope will be helpful at the very least to the mom who asked. And yeah, if you have any questions, any comments, feel free to reach out. You can email, you can leave a comment below, and I will see you soon. Take care and have a great day.